It's time for another Zippo video! Hooray! You know those crazy Zippo lighters? The windproof pocket lighters made in the USA in Bradford, Pennsylvania that are windproof and usually light on the first strike? With the unconditional lifetime guarantee? You know how those crazy Zippo lighters don't have the best fuel retention possible, and sometimes they only last 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe even less if you use them a bit more? If you use them for tricks and you're always lighting them, they might only last a couple days. Well, that's okay, because in our special Zippo video today, I have a review of a product that can help with that. It's special because this product is a little bit rare. I say that because Zippo actually discontinued this product not too long ago, and you can only find it on places like eBay now, but it is pretty common on eBay, so it's a little bit rare. What is this product? If you can read and you're not an imbecile, you can see that the title says it is the Zippo Keychain Fuel Canister. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get this Zippo right off the table. Okay, Zippo Fuel Canister Keychain. This is one of my favorite Zippo accessory products. I really like this. It's a great idea. And what is it? It's a canister that holds Zippo fluid. Yay! But let's talk about it a little bit more in depth than that. Okay, you have this canister here. It is a stainless steel canister, and it has 3 different pieces to it. Now, the top piece, I don't want to make a mistake here, because if you are not paying attention to what you're doing, you can leak Zippo fluid all over the place, and it can be a big mess. But as long as you pay attention, that won't happen. So the main parts. You have the top, the collar, and the bottom. Okay, very important. Note about this collar, though, very interesting note. It used to have the word Zippo silk screened across the collar, but it rubbed off. So that's a little bit negative for this. Let's see if we can get a nice focus on that. Yes, it used to be silk screen right on that collar, Zippo with the flame above the, what is it, the eye? But yes, that rubbed off. Okay, so top, collar, bottom. Top. Take the top off. And you will get this, the little nipple. Now, that is also another cap, okay? But at least you don't have it attached to your keys anymore, you just have this part. And you would take this cap off. And there's your actual spout. Looks like the spout on the top of the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz's head, but that's a whole different story. You have the spout and you have your breather hole, because the laws of physics will tell you if you're pouring out a liquid and you have no air rushing in, it won't pour. That's just like those the 5-gallon gasoline containers. That's why they have a little breather hole on the back. So that's the top of it. Screw it back on. And now the interesting point about this is that this canister actually has fuel in it. I put fuel in this canister about a year ago, and I haven't used this particular shot. I haven't needed it. But I'm going to show you where the fuel goes without spilling it, hopefully, and lighting myself on fire. Unscrewing the bottom here, tipping it up so I don't spill fuel all over the place. There you go, you can see the fluid in there. That happens to actually be Ronson. I don't know why I remember which fluid I put in there, but that is Ronson fluid. And let's put this back on there. Oh, you'll see in here, inside the cap, there's an O-ring, so it doesn't leak out in your pocket or on your keys. Screw it back on. Oh no, I feel a little fluid leaking out of my hand. Yikes, I did get a little fluid spill. Uh-oh. So, that is the Zippo canister part. There's a couple other accessories, but let me talk about this for a second. It's my favorite accessory because, as I mentioned, the fuel doesn't last particularly long in these Zippos. So you can clip this little baby on your keychain and get an entire 1 refill of your Zippo. They market it as, it can refill multiple Zippos. Well, I live in the real world, and that doesn't happen. If you use this thing properly, you fill up your Zippo with it, you will get almost exactly 1 fill-up. How do I know this? Because I always fill up my Zippo for 3 shots of 5 seconds. I open it up, take out the insert, and start filling. That's where I keep my spare flint. I'll get to that in a second. And I start filling, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I wait for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I do that to the fuel canister when filling up the fuel canister, filling up the bottom part, it comes out to almost exactly full on 3 shots of 5 seconds. You're not going to get more than 1 lighter out of this, but it's more of an emergency thing if you're out for a night of fun with your friends and your Zippo runs dry and you don't want to look like a moron. So, not happy that the silk screen wore off. That's a bit of a negative for this, but what can you do? So the other things this has is one of these, what are they called? Lobster hands, crab hands, something like that. One of these little clips. It also has this, and we'll get that baby to focus. A little flat piece of metal, and that's all it is a little flat piece of metal that says Zippo on it, and that is for taking out your flints. Another tip, which I've probably mentioned in other videos though, so you don't have to use a flat piece of metal. Just use your lid. That fits right in there. You can unscrew it. I guess that flat piece is good if you don't want to hurt your finish. So you got the flat piece, and you also have a little piece of rubber, which I happen to have a flint in right now. It is a little piece of rubber with a hole in the middle to stick your flint, and it holds it really well. It's not going to come out, but that holds 1 spare flint. I don't like using that, though, for this reason right here. You can see that this Ronson flint I put in a while ago is quite deteriorated, because it's going to be going around. If you use this as a keychain, it's going to be knocking around your pockets, and these flints aren't, like Superman flints or anything like that. You can damage them, and then you can put them in your Zippo, and they might break, and that's not a particularly good thing to have happen. So I always keep an extra set, or an extra flint under the felt pad, as opposed to this little rubber thing, but it's there in case you would like to use it. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about is price. What was the price on this bad boy? Very reasonable. Only $10 I got it on. I got it on Amazon.com when it was still in the Zippo repertoire catalog. It's not anymore. Zippo discontinued it, but you can still find it on eBay. I just checked for about $11 with free shipping, I might add. Excellent product for, I mean, it's one of the best ideas that I think Zippo has had in accessories. They have the pocket ashtray. I'm not a smoker. They have like money clips and stuff like that. I use a wallet. They have pens, and I'd like to get a Zippo pen. I would like to get a Zippo pen, but actual Zippo accessories, this is one of the best right here. Some people claim that the O-rings will cause the thing to leak in your pocket. I've actually carried it for a year. I do not carry it anymore because it's a bit bulky for my keychain. I only carry it if I'm going camping or something. I've never had a problem, and I've carried it for a year. Never had one single problem with any sort of leak or anything like that. And like I said, I've had this shot of fuel in there for about a year, and it's still there. So, excellent product. You got to go out and get yourself one of these Zippo fuel canisters. Again, get them on eBay for about $11, and always have fluid for your Zippo. So, thanks for watching this, and go out and get yourself this very nice product.